Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. I wanted to be brief in this one and just kind of have a quick conversation as to kind of what people have been talking about within these tweet threads, talking about, the year of 2023 and what it means for XRP. I just kind of want to give my take on it and kind of start a conversation to see kind of what you think. So coming over here, I want to start with Ben Armstrong from Big Boy Crypto here. He says, 2023, the year the XRP case ends and the Ripple curse is broken. Also the year Gary Gensler is forced to resign from the SEC. So I'm really not arguing with that. I mean, I really hope things pan out the way we see it, especially when it comes to Chairman Gensler and the SEC's overreach within the space. But definitely when it comes to Ripple and XRP, breaking those shackles and letting it do its thing there. This is from Alex Cobb. It says XRP 2023, the year of the pump. And I like this from Crypto Lulu. It says, the year XRP moons, and it was a polls over 3,000. There's still some time left, 7 hours left, and it's 3,000 votes. And 2023 is the overwhelming number there. He had put up a second one here, and I clicked the wrong one. I wanted to put Q2 myself, but I put Q3. It says, okay, then, so the majority voted for 2023 XRP price action. What quarter does this happen? And right now, there's 8 hours left, just over 2,500 votes. They're saying Q2 at 36.2%, but some people are saying Q1 at 35.5%, which I think is quite interesting. I'd be interested to see why they feel that way. But when it comes to like price action, I mean, that can be in anything. I mean, I guess it's relative to who you're talking to in that specific moment in time. When I say, new all-time highs, maybe, price discovery, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of different things that can be happening, obviously with, the case, the resolution within the case, and XRP, doesn't get, knocked down with a security status. It's not going to be a security if that's how litigation plans out. I mean, it'll be the first digital asset outside of Bitcoin that actually has, true regulatory clarity with it not being a security and being a commodity. And Ripple, the company itself, and its business and its partnerships and dealings that it has, globally, and then the digital asset, XRP, the XRPL, the community. I mean, the sky is truly the limit. I mean, it's going to be endless at that point. So, I mean, anything can happen. I'm really, anxious. I'm anticipating, the future. But quite honestly, if I had to pick one of these, I would definitely say we'll definitely see some good price action in Q2, Q3. I think they were talking about March sometime. We should have some sort of resolution within the case, but I think John Deaton was also talking about it could go as long as June. So who knows? I mean, we all just kind of speculate to the best of our abilities based on the information we have. But if that's, if it's my guess, and when it comes to this poll here, I would probably say the Q2, Q3, and I don't even know if it'll be all-time high. If there's a resolution within the case and XRP isn't a security, oh man, I think there's going to be so much price action, so much movement, so much FOMO. It's going to be nuts. And, it's going to be well-deserved. When we come over here to CoinGecko, XRP is sitting at 33 cents. I think it hit a low. Let me go ahead and click in here real quick because I think it was a low of like 31 cents or something today. Let me see. 24-hour low. Well, it's showing 32 here. I saw a couple notifications from like Uphold and stuff that showed a lower number, but that's beside the point there. It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. I wanted to cover this from John Dean. He's responding to Charles Gasparino here, talking about Chairman Gensler. He goes, some of us think Gary Gensler is a liar. And he puts why he used his personal emails and not the CFTC email. Some of us believe he's corrupt, removing meetings from his calendar or working secret deals with Sam Bankman-Fried to hurt the DeFi and other protocols. But all of us can agree he's incompetent. So this is going to tie into kind of what we're kind of leading into with this conversation from Zach Rector and Jimmy Valley from Value Capital. It says, pay attention. Gary was sent for a reason. Let's take a quick listen into this. And this isn't going to, steer us off from our main conversation about, what we think is going to happen with XRP, the digital asset, once it gets clarity. But this is important because it's relevant, obviously, with the Ripple versus SC case. So let's take a quick listen in.
They're trying to capture this entire sector through this library case effectively, and then they want to turn around and use that precedent in the Ripple case and apply it to XRP as well. But make no mistake, if they have their druthers, they will completely lock out retail from this entire sector, and it'll only be the banks that are effectively able to use this stuff.
and they want to change the accreditation to $10 million of net worth versus a million. And then we see, like, we understand this, right? These are Goldman Sachs guys and gals and basically just Wall Street guys. It's a revolving door, right, between the Wall Street guys, and then they head on into regulatory service. They are of service. I call them good guy Gary. Some people call him Goldman Gary, right? And so what you're saying is they're protecting the interest of the banking, the old world, right? And holding back. And this is why they went after Ripple, is because XRP, simply stated by Ripple in 2017, XRP was to become a reserve currency that was as liquid as a G10 currency.
So we've covered it on this channel before, but we were talking about when that whole narrative of like their accreditation, cap or line was going to increase from 1 million to 10 million, which, I mean, it was plain as day what they were trying to do with that. And I don't know, in regards of what's happened with that. Obviously, the community was going to know from people blowing up on Twitter, if that's actually becomes, a real thing. But I mean, it's a blatant attempt to further push that agenda of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And especially when it comes to what we're talking about here, just like what Jimmy Valley and Zach Rector are talking here in regards of the digital asset XRP and us, smaller investors, us retail investors holding the asset. They're going to do something to, try to keep us from actually being able to participate and be in it. And that goes to that whole narrative. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's slimy and it's just sad. So going to only be a waiting game to kind of see what happens. We know the bad actors within the space, the chairman gangsters of the worlds, and, the powers that be that clearly don't want, the little guys to have any success or any wins. It's just going to be a waiting game to kind of see what happens. All we can do is continue to spread awareness, keep putting content out there, like and retweeting, keep researching and stay together as a decentralized community and stand up, for what's right and fight the good fight. Kind of crazy though. Coming over here, John Deaton has this great thread, and I highly recommend that you come and read through this. It's extremely long, but I'm only going to cover a few of them, like 3 of them here. Just the top here, he says, 2023 SEC versus Ripple. Will the case settle? After 18,000 votes, the poll shows 59% of the people believe a settlement will happen. To be honest, 59% is higher than I would have guessed. A year ago, I believed a settlement was likely because the SEC wouldn't want the Heyman emails made public. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom. Great thread. I highly recommend that you come in and read it, but I want to just cover the bottom few here. Where's it at? Right here he goes. In sum, unfortunately, I think a settlement with Ripple is not in Gensler's mindset. I don't believe he's going to settle and publicly agree that ongoing and future XRP sales, including the secondary market, are non-securities. And Ripple won't settle unless the SEC so agrees. Thus, I am in the 39% of people who answered the poll believing that we will get a decision by Judge Torres. So I think that's pretty powerful for, John Deaton's kind of been, obviously it's been over 2 years now. He's been kind of hinting more towards like, I'm just not really seeing a settlement, kind of how things are panning out. Who knows? I mean, it can settle, tomorrow. I mean, as I'm making this video, but they could already have something in the works. Who knows what's going to happen just based on the information that's presented. I mean, I really ride with John Deaton. I mean, he's really been the true, general and leader for, not even just the XRP community, but just the crypto community in general, just standing up for what's right. He saw a wrong and wrongdoing within the space, and he's like, he couldn't stand by and just let it go. So we're very blessed to have him. Shout out John Deaton, and I highly recommend you come in and read this tweet thread here. This is from the Crypto Bull. He goes, if Ripple loses against the SEC, the company will move overseas and XRP will conquer the world from outside the US. Either way, I'm a winner holding the asset. And I agree with that. So now really think about this though. Does the U.S. really want to let this technology and innovation go elsewhere and let, some other country or government or governments gain all that innovation and technology and power? Really think about that. They're not idiots. I don't know. I when I think about when I'm stressed or, we see the market just being decimated and we're way down, all time high was 380. And just this past cycle, we hit like 180. You start seeing these numbers, you start seeing your portfolio down 95%. Like whenever those moments are in, I mean, luckily I've been in the space for a couple bull and bear cycles and bear markets and stuff. And I've seen the ebbs and flows and a lot of, I guess you could say, devastation. I've been through enough of it and I've hodled and continue to accumulate through it all. So I've kind of built some tolerance and resistance to that fear and FUD that kicks. But, whenever I, think about, oh man, I'm stressed, I can't believe this, I just start thinking about, okay, who's Brad Garlinghouse meeting with? What is Ripple doing? What are they? I mean, this is just one asset that I invest in. There's other assets that I hodl and that I can accumulate, but I'm just talking about this one in particular. It's like, I just think about, what meetings are they in? Who is, Brad Garlinghouse shaking hands with? What other partnerships and what other onboarding are they doing as Ripple, the company themselves? What is XRP, the digital asset? What is the XRPL? What is it capable of? And it's mind-boggling, the potential. It truly feels endless, and it's almost overwhelming and scary to think about. But it's like stuff like that. It makes me think the U.S. is not dumb. I don't know why I'm whispering, but it's like the U.S. isn't done. I mean, they're not dumb. So it's like it makes me just more bullish and makes me more excited about what lies ahead. Hopefully things pan out the way, we as a community feel. It's just going to be a waiting game to kind of see what happens. And I thought this was interesting. Cointelegraph had put up this question, says, why do you think who do you think the strongest crypto community is? And obviously you got Tim here saying XRP community hands down, which I liked it. And, I'm sure, there's, what is there? I don't even know how many responses are here, but I'm sure there's a bunch of different, digital assets down there, some scammy, some pumping ups, whatever. But I can definitely say, I mean, I'm just going to speak from just being in the space and just the facts. Like, really look at this. What digital asset has been under the microscope, under scrutiny, being attacked from multiple different crypto communities, multiple different outside, powers that be, and people with bad intentions and narratives that are trying to crush it and suppress it and destroy it. Think about it. For not even this was before the case even happened against Ripple, the company, and XRP, the digital asset. Years before that's been happening. So then you get to 2020, December 2020, and then you get the lawsuit as our SEC chairman walks out the door against Ripple, which devastates instantly. I think it was like 15 billion, devastated the XRP community right then and there. So then you go 2 years of just constant FUD and negativity and just everything you could possibly think of them. When I say them, meaning the negative people that are out there trying to push this agenda, the Chairman Gensters of the world and, the likes. You have all these people trying to suppress and trying to destroy this asset, right? And it doesn't even get knocked out of the top 10. Really let that sink in. It doesn't even get knocked out of the top 10, and it's sitting strong in I think we got as low as 8 at one point. I mean, it's sitting in like the top, 5 to 7 the entire time. Really let that sink in though. I mean, look what happened with obviously, with the Do Kwons and the Terra Lunas and all the Celsius stuffs and the Voyager, obviously those things, major devastation. But it's like when we look at XRP and what it's endured, it's like, man, that has to have a strong community behind it. And I really wanted to cuss right there. That has a massive and a community that truly believes. And it's not like blind faith. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of investors that have blind faith and maybe just riding the bandwagon or whatever. Is it really a bandwagon though? I mean, really look how low it is in value in regards to where it's been. Hasn't even hit another all-time high in the past few cycles. I mean, there's strength behind this community. Look at all the stuff that the community's been surfacing. From ETHgate, from, obviously, you have the Terra Luna stuff, diving into that stuff. And then you have the Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX stuff. But ETHgate being the strongest. And then you get to corrupt government officials. I mean, the rabbit hole is endless. And this is from on the backs of solid, XRP, a decentralized community, XRP members that literally been sleepless nights, constantly creating content, taking their time away from their loved ones and their daily lives to fight the good fight. You have the John Deetons of the world, the Jeremy Hogans, and then the digital asset investors, and all the great YouTubers out there, and great community people on Twitter, the community members on Twitter, and just this decentralized community coming together. How can you not put the XRP community at least in the top 3? If I'm biased, I can be biased and just be like, oh yeah, hands down. But I don't know all communities, so I'm not sure. But I'm just speaking off of what I know and the digital assets I hold. I definitely believe that the XRP community is the strongest. It is unbelievable to think that another digital asset can do and endure what the XRP community has and the digital asset XRP has. I just don't believe it. I just don't. There's no way you go under an SEC lawsuit coming from years of just berating and just negative FUD and narratives trying to destroy you, to go through 2 years in litigation, stay in the top 10, and still to this day, 2023, remain in the top 10. Let me go ahead and verify where I'm at. Let me refresh too. Ranked number 6. It's just hard to deny that. It's crazy. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what the future holds for the XRP community. When the day comes and we finally get a win, really think about that. And I'm not talking about a win in this phase of litigation, or, someone said something positive, or we had a big influencer that finally, threw off their blinders and starts loving XRP. I'm talking about a true win. Regulatory clarity, and XRP and Ripple, the company, are truly, the shackles are off, and they're set out to do and fight the good fight and solve real world problems that they're intended to solve. In the XRP community, from them, their valiant efforts in exposing the shady, corrupt stuff that's happening not only within our space but within our governments, and they get what they rightfully earned. Think about how many families have been devastated in 2020, like my family, and their financial plans have been devastated. And it's not even talking about, XRP was supposed to be $17 then. No, that's not what we're talking about. But based on history, knowing that we had another bull market coming, we had anticipated, hey, we would at least, be past our all-time high, if not at our previous all-time high of just below $4. But no. Drop the lawsuits right on our laps. We're due. The community is due. My family's due. Your family's due. And getting regulatory clarity within litigation, that's going to be huge. But that's kind of my spiel I have for you, man. I just want to say this. I had tweeted this out 18 minutes ago. It says, time to turn the page in crypto. 2023 has arrived. And I put hashtag XRP, Ripple, XRP Army, Gary Gensler resign, a new day is coming. And I put the eyes. That's my hopeful eyes. But Happy New Year to you guys. I just wanted to this was supposed to be a lot quicker than this, literally 4 minutes. But I just kind of went. But, I'm curious to see kind of what, how things are going to happen, how things are going to pan out. And I'm excited about it. We've been through a lot, especially within the XRP community. We've been through a lot, and our time will come. A new day is coming. And I'm not talking about in the light of what Emmer's talking about. I'm talking about just we're going to reap the benefits of our valiant efforts and our hodling, our what they call it, our diamond hands or whatever. No, we're just going to reap the benefits of having high conviction within the digital asset XRP. And that's just a straight up point right there. But that's all I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto is Key 1. I really appreciate your support. I really hope you have your New Year's resolutions. I hope you stick to them. I hope you have a lot of success and prosperity in your life. Have a great 2023. I'm going to be here along the way with you, creating content for you. I really appreciate your support. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.